plus it's on the warranty, and I'm not even going to be paying that. So that being said, initially when I started, that was my thought process. Now I don't do that. I only charge it to like 300 miles or 275, and then I start working. So I spend about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. That's why I said, give you a recommendation, do about 40 minutes. Why is that, guys? A lot of times being wasted on charging. In the beginning, I wasn't thinking that charging is, well, I wasn't even thinking about the charging. Like, I didn't know what to expect. So when I started charging, I'm thinking, okay, plug it up, and I'm waiting till it charges. And that, maybe I did that like one time. Then I started thinking, okay, that's 1 hour wasted out of my time. That's 1 hour less I could work, and I could only drive at 360 miles, and that means I still have to come back in the next 300 miles, which sounds a lot like a lot for you guys, maybe, but I need to do that twice. I need to drive approximately 600 to 700 miles. Why is that? I really do need to drive the complete 12 hours. If I do not, well, renting a Tesla makes no sense then at that point, because it's costing you $100 to rent it per day. So you got to make $200, $300 to cover your expenses. So I try to make between $250 and $300 a day. It's a little bit challenging with a Tesla. This is why I have to work longer, because I have to charge this car in the beginning of my shift, in the middle of my shift, and then at the end of my shift. So like 3 times. Also with the commuting, because I got to drive 1 hour home, 1 hour back, even if I charge it at the end of the day, I still need to charge it next day, because, well, I'm commuting. And then when the car sits overnight, I have it set up to where AC comes on. If it's 90 degrees outside or inside, it will cool down the car on the inside. That way it doesn't ruin the interior, and you're not getting into the hot car. That being said, 3 hours was getting wasted on charging like that. So then I started charging not to 1 hour. Instead, I'm charging it like 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Well, now that means I need to visit the charger sooner. So it's kind of like a catch-22. I charge it like 30-40 minutes. I drive around, because I was probably charging like 270 miles, and then I would drive around maybe like another 220 miles, and then I have like 50 miles left over, and I'm starting to think about like, okay, I need to get to the charging station so that I could finish charging it, because what if I get some trip that's 30 miles away, and then the charger is like additional 20 or 30, I would be really pushing it, and maybe I would be too far away from the charger. This is why I have to think about this kind of stuff and go to the charger when I have 50 miles left over. That means sometimes I'm 20-30 miles away from the charger, which means it will take me additional 20-30 minutes to get to the charger. So this is something I have to think about. So I'm thinking, okay, so I just drove 30 minutes to a charger, plug it up for another 30-40 minutes, and then I work and do that all over again. So that's an additional 2 to 3 hours, depending on how much you're charging at that point. So anyways, additional hour, where does that come from? That's you basically eating, bathroom breaks, things like that. You know, you need sort of like to be able to live a life. 18 hours is quite a long time, so you're gonna get tired in that time, you know, with all the charging. So what is the solution to this? Well, the test of me renting a Tesla apparently worked. I'm able to make this work for me because I work like a crazy person. I don't take any days off. I'm just working straight through the week. Now, I did lose a couple days here and there, and that was not intentionally, just because life happens, and sometimes you need a day off or 2 off plus family time in a whole month. So in order for me to be able to save some time, like at least 2 hours out of a day, which means 60 hours out of the month that I would be saving, not to mention the time driving to the charging station, which could be additional 30 minutes being saved. So I could be saving anywhere from 75 to 80 hours a week. So how can I save that time? Well, I am considering adding a charging station at home. Now, I don't know the cost of that, and we'll get into that a little bit later on, but it seems to me that I calculated how much I'm making. I'm making right around between $30 and $33 an hour in a Tesla, and that is gross. This is not net. So I need to then realize, well, how much money am I really losing potentially? So let's quickly realize these numbers, and I'm just gonna go ahead and open up my calculator, and I'm just gonna basically base it on just 60 hours that I'm losing. I'm not even gonna equate how much time I'm driving to the location. So let's see, 60 hours times $33 an hour. I'm losing $1,980 potential revenue per month. That is $1,980. So what does that mean for a year that I'm losing and all this charging downtime loss? I'm losing $23,760. And I know this seems unreal, guys, I know, but you have to think about the last time. You have to be around charging at that point, but you're not making that money. So that means if I'm losing $2,000 a month, well, how much does the charging station cost a month? I need to figure those things out. I haven't looked into that. Well, kind of did. The Tesla charger, and there's like another charging company that I've looked at, two of them. So they're about $775 for the actual charger. Now, what's the installation going to cost? This portion I have not checked. So I need to figure this thing out. I'm considering acquiring a charger that will be compatible with other cars that are electric, because the Tesla charger is just compatible with the Teslas, because I believe the cost of the charger is the same. You just create an account and you can just basically have them set up this charger for you. So we'll get into that in a future video, pretty much kind of like Tesla ownership and the cost of charging. But I do feel that I need to get this thing done. But for now, for about 1 month or a month and a half, I'm not even going to worry about that. That's not even on my plan, because at this point I need to buy the Tesla that I've ordered. It needs to come in. Once it comes in, I will worry about all these other things later. And one other thing I do want to mention as far as charging goes, there's a $200 choice, well, $250 I believe, like a sort of like a Tesla travel charger that you can get from Tesla when you order in a Tesla, and I chose not to get it, which was a dumb mistake. I'm gonna have to order one of those, because it's kind of like an upsell, and I figured, well, I'll be using superchargers, why do I need that? Plus it's a very slow charger. Well, the reason you need that, there's like an adapter inside of there and a home charger that you can just plug into extension cord and you could charge it. It'll probably take you 48 hours to charge it that way, so it's not convenient charger, but the adapter that's included inside of that package, it is very useful for all the non-Tesla charging stations. That means some hotels or whatever, you plug it into that charger and then plug it into your Tesla. This is why you need that. So I always have that in my bag when I'm traveling with me, because you never know, some places might not have a Tesla charger available, and this is something you have to think about. Now, that being said, guys, let's continue. So what else do we need to cover? So I've talked about a lot of different things. Okay, I guess we're gonna conclude this video with this. I know I mentioned a lot of information. There's a lot to go over. I probably need to make this into several different videos, but I'm just gonna post it at one video, and then I'll probably break this down for shorter videos in the future. That way I could explain some things kind of quickly. That being said, guys, what I want to do with this channel is I want to show you guys some of the things that I'm doing in business, like being entrepreneurial, give you guys some ideas and stuff, talk to you guys a little bit about rideshare, give you guys some of the advice and things like that, with how to do things, and show you guys how I do things. And I don't consider myself like somebody that's a know-it-all. I just like to share what I know, and when we share the knowledge that we have with our community, we all are going to be better off in doing our job a little bit better, guys, a little bit safer, and I think that's going to be important. But I have so much to share with you guys, because this was a really cool experiment that I did, and I'm actually getting ready to do some more experiments, because, guys, what a thought. A month and a half ago, I did not even have a Tesla. I wasn't even planning to buy one. Now I've been driving one for basically going 1 month, 1 week, and 1 day. and I've ordered one at the same time, so lots of changes are happening all at once. So I'll give you a little hint, guys. The Tesla that I ordered will not be the only Tesla that I order. I plan to buy a lot more of them for my Turo business, which I will talk about a little bit later on. As my Tesla comes in, I'll start explaining that stuff. Right now, I think it's not necessary. I'm gonna stick to ride sharing. Another little hint I will tell you guys, if you listen to this far, I've actually built my own rideshare company, which is called Ride VIP, and I already built a total of 5 apps, and we're going to be launching to Google Play Store and iOS App Store on Apple. Rider and the Driver app for iOS, Rider and the Driver app for Google Play Store, and of course there's an admin panel that ties everything together. So if you want to hear how I came up with that, or some of the things on that situation, because there's still a lot of stuff to be done, let me know in the comments below, guys. Please hit a like on this video, guys. Share this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for listening to this whole big thing all this time. I really appreciate you guys. See you guys in the next video. I want to offer you guys as much information as possible. Feel free to comment below, guys, if I could help you, which my goal is to help you guys. I will try to answer every one of your questions as you ask them in the comments below. And also, feel free to visit the description of this video. I'm going to have some helpful information at the bottom, some helpful links where you could go, and if you haven't signed